All right, good people. One more show here in 2021. This is the Monday Night Mean Show. It's your man Kyle Means here, editorial director of We Are War Media, I should say. And my man Drew Stevens riding beside me as always. Glad to have you here, Drew. And yeah, like I said, man, we sending it out. I think on a good note here. Pretty decent ball night, as you could call it. Two big games going on here in Chicago. Uh, Bears Monday night contest with the Vikings about to go off about a half hour, and we got my guy Joe. I couldn't make the game myself. I was just stopped working at 6 o'clock, so I'm not making the game, but at Soldier Field. But we got my guy Joe Tanksley there. He's gonna call in actually at about 7 and give us a little pregame report right from the press box out there, Soldier Field. So look forward to that. Me and Drew gonna talk up some Bulls here uh, in the meantime, and whatever and send this like say send it off on a good note uh, for the year. But I don't know. The first thing I want to mention though actually is outside of sports, and I kind of want to get another person's opinion on it. Drew, are you freaked out by the lack of snow that we've had so
Uh,
far?
no, I'm not freaked out. I could be wrong, but I feel like we haven't gotten much snow in years past, like leading up to Christmas. I can't. That's
But
all been.
they've said on TV has been dry though. It's just ever been like
Mm,
yeah. We may have had less in recent years, but usually you have at least a day or two where you had some real snow. Like we ain't really had nothing so
yeah,
far. Like, I don't know if it's something to worry about. I mean, it's enough to worry about anyway. So I guess maybe we could put that to the back. But I don't know. It's kind of I was downtown this weekend, and there was a lot of people. I was on the Mag Mile, and there was a lot of people down there, and you know, it was cool to see, like temperature wise, how everybody was able to hang out and stuff. But it was like, should it really be like should it really be like this right now? Like a lot of people gonna be down because it's the week leading up to a holiday, so week leading up to Christmas. So a lot of people gonna be down there anyway. But you just figure people have to be a little bit more bundled up and stuff. But
yeah.
that's not, you know.
I mean, I think that your worry, your concern, I think it's definitely valid. I hope it's turns out to be nothing, but yeah, you right, man. What was it? Was it 64 degrees last Wednesday or Thursday or something like that?
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, and
Yeah,
and we,
man.
I think we might get like I don't know if it was 50 or something today, or if it's gonna be like that a day or two this week. Again, but it's just kind of weird. But I'm always worried that we gonna get it on the back end, like, because
Yeah.
I guess the last couple Februarys have been decent, but we always could get a turnaround, from having the mild early weather, then we actually get it on the back end. So I don't know, but
Yeah, I feel like living in Chicago, we always got to kind of wait for the other shoe to drop, man. You're right about that for real.
exactly,
And while my memory is like telling me that we haven't had a lot of snow to this point in years past, like I'm also thinking about, like you said, the Februarys or late Januarys, we had them snow days, and it's like really difficult to
yeah.
get to work, and you got to
Some
shovel
of the
it.
worst snows come
Yeah.
on them during that time, or like those ice or some of the worst colds and stuff, like the
Mhm.
what the I forget that, like those subarctic climate,
Oh yeah,
temperatures and all
the
that type of stuff.
polar vortex and all that.
Polar void, yeah, yeah, that's what I'm thinking about. Yeah, 'Cause I'm thinking like in 19, because you know what I'm thinking about that because they just wrapped up that Jesse Smollett case, and that was like in 19, and that
Mhm.
was that was part of how all his stuff fell apart because it's like, what the hell is you doing out?
Exactly.
Because that was during like one of the worst polar vortexes ever.
Yep.
And we was like, what are you doing outside during that for any reason, like to get some subway? You know?
Yeah, his story was on shaky ground after that point, man. It's like, wait a second, that don't make no kind of sense, man.
It did just put more nonsense on top of it.
Did he say he was going to Subway or something crazy?
That's what I said. That's what I say. Like he was 3 in the morning, and it was like minus 50 degrees. Like, what are you doing, bro?
Right, you better fix you a bowl of cereal or something, man. Call it a day.
Right. They fell behind the sleep, man. But it's like that was 19, and then I think about 20, because that was the last that January, February was like the last months where everything was normal, so quote unquote. And we had an All-Star game was here, and that All-Star week was cold, but it wasn't no snow.
Mm-hmm.
So it was like decent for everybody who visited town because they had to deal with the stuff that we typically deal with.
Yep. And
then last year, I mean, I guess because we was all cooped up, just been really the last 2 years actually. Like, well, not last year. I guess last year would be this year. It seems like it's like
man,
like it's like, and again, like our whole sense of time is off now because I remember watching last night. Kendall Gill after the game. We about to I'm steadily getting us into the Bulls slowly but surely. Yeah. But Kendall Gill said after the game yesterday, he was talking about the Lakers, and he said, well, the Lakers won 2 years ago. And I'm like, no, they won like 13 months ago. Because it was October 20, but he said 2 years ago so confidently, like it did feel like it was 2 years ago.
Yeah, man. Yeah, the NBA, like you said, like things are just thrown off anyway. But then the NBA, not starting until December last season, like made it even more out of whack, man.
Yeah, it's crazy, and to that degree, like yesterday, I said, I don't think I said it on Twitter, but I said it like in a text. Like it just felt like it was like a opening day 2.0 again, because the Bulls hadn't played in like 8 days?
Yep.
And even before then they sort of slowed down a little, but it's like, yeah, it was this energy to it because like it was like the season restarted anew, and you're playing the Lakers. It's a big, always a big game, and the house was packed at the UC. There was a lot of energy there. Tony Gill. Again, I hate referencing the text chain to you because I know you want to get on it with.
It's all good.
But Tony said, "Ain't no mask in here and stuff," and I'm like, I'm imagining what this coming February is going to be like now because the way we're all acting. But it was sort of like a playoff atmosphere in the UC, and the Bulls utilize it to their advantage. A nice win, competitive game overall. Sort of up in the air going towards the end of it, but they pulled it out. Of course, DeMar looked like there was no problems with him.
Man.
He just picked things right back up. And we talked a little bit about this with Rob last week. Rob Schaefer did a nice little spot with us on End of Running with WARR. He wrote about during the break that the Bulls had about the silver linings that was involved in them, having this time to rest so that they could get over some injuries and stuff, and just some overall wear and tear. And the team did feel like it was re-energized yesterday, and getting that win. So I don't know, Drew, I'll give it to you, man. What were your thoughts just overall on the game yesterday, and what do you think about them being able to pick up a win like that right out the gate as they try to get this season going again?
Man, I think it says a lot. My biggest concern was seeing how they started the game, how well they took care of the ball, and then late in the game, how were the shots looking? Were they falling short because of the fatigue and maybe not having their sea legs under them for being off for so long? Those are my biggest concerns. And I want to say they finished with 10 turnovers, and meanwhile the Lakers finished with 20. DeMar was excellent down the stretch, like you said, 19 fourth quarter points. Man, got to the free throw line 17 times, knocked down 16 of them. Vucevic had a good game. We've been kind of waiting for him to string together, some consistent performances shooting wise. And we're still kind of waiting, but, it's a good sign for him to come out and shoot the ball the way he did. You still would like to see him attack the rim a little bit more. I know that's not necessarily his game, but sometimes when he catches the ball, kind of like on that short roll out of pick and rolls with the guard or with DeMar, like he'll just kind of turn around and flip up a hook shot. And you kind of wish he would maybe get himself a little closer to the basket. But they, some of them were falling last night. Kobe White is still struggling, trying to find his way within the team, within the offense. But he had a nice little play on LeBron. I wouldn't say he dunked on LeBron. LeBron was trying to chase him down, but still a hell of a play on his part, made for a good picture. Another one of my concerns was Caruso. Billy Donovan said that the time off had allowed his hamstring injury to completely heal, and being able to kind of see that live and see him be able to play the amount of minutes that he did and fly around the court and do what he does best. That's reassuring for sure. But a solid win. It's good to have him back. It's been, like you said, it felt like it's been ages since we've seen them on the court. So to have them come out and get a win their first game out the gate, it speaks volumes, man. It kind of goes in line with how they've met challenges to this point.
Yeah, it's a good sign. I think I talked a little bit about worrying that the season would, being that you have this sort of straight stop at this point of the season, you're not sure what's going to be coming on the other side. Like, would they have to regather themselves? Would there be a period where they're not going to play ball as effortlessly or, as smoothly as they've played it so far? But that's, based on yesterday, they just seem to pick it up right from where they left it, and even better than where they left it, really, because they weren't playing their best ball at the time when those games got canceled last week. So they seem to really, again, have regathered themselves. They're still waiting on some more reinforcements, of course, Zach LaVine and the other guys who won't be available until past the holiday. But they utilize their depth and their versatility in their scoring and defending yesterday, and beat a team that Lakers seemed like they were really dead set on winning that game yesterday. They didn't come soft in that game, so it was good that they were challenged that way in that game yesterday, and that they met that challenge.
Yeah, definitely agree with you. The Lakers were out for blood too. They had a lot of guys in health and safety protocols.
That was a problem for them, and we spoke about that too with Rob, like how the Bulls may have got at the beginning of the curve with that, and now other teams are starting to get there's been the news that's come out the past few days about cancellations, and teams we've seen with the Lakers, the Nets are getting a lot of guys who like that game Saturday with the Nets and Orlando, they bunch of no names. Like you got to be a real serious hoop head to recognize like half the guys who played in that game. Like, that was crazy. Like, but
man,
it's the type of thing that have you kept up with? I have to look it up, but I know they've got the thing like roster wise where they seem to just be making it up on the fly. So as far as these new rules, you can have these new roster spots for so many days and whatever. But I think the NBA just tried as best as they can not to lose any games and to not have to, interrupt the flow of this season. And do anything drastic.
Yeah, I think they for lack of a better word, are forcing, or you want to say mandating, whatever, that teams use that hardship exception when.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if I gotta look at if one person is in health and safety protocols or if it's more than one. I gotta go back and look, but they're essentially telling teams, nah, we're not doing the postponements. We're gonna make sure you have enough players to play this game. I don't care who's out. If you gotta go get your cousin's cousin to play, like we're gonna play this game. So that's kind of
get your homeboy, right? You go max out. Then you better have a G League team. I know everybody glad they got a G League team right now who has one because where else you gonna find some ready guys to play right now? And yeah, it's crazy, but hopefully things are for the best, play out for the best. They got I saw some people mention online about sort of snarkily about or the fact that you're gonna have these Christmas games and that may lead to more spreading because that's gonna be like 10 teams and you got to somebody to quote exactly, they were like, we're going to be the season going to be derailed in February for these games on Christmas, and hopefully that's not the case, but it may be because the NBA definitely doesn't want to they don't want to sacrifice that showcase. That's their major showcase for the regular season. Is Christmas Day.
Yeah, for sure it is. It'll be is ironic the word if they don't want to sacrifice Christmas, but in a way they kind of already, or in a way they may already have, depending on what stars are available for those teams on that day.
True.
So I mean, we'll see. I know the league is trying for the teams and the guys that are not going to be showcased on Christmas. Guys traveling, spending time with their families and loved ones when they come back to their respective teams. The same thing with after the All-Star or during the All-Star break. So I mean, it's some more potential hurdles in front of the NBA, in front of the country, in front of the world, as it were. But man, I don't envy Adam Silver and the guys in the league office. I understand why they're trying their best not to postpone games. But I mean, we'll see what happens come Saturday. How many stars are actually playing, and how many are out because of health and safety protocols.
Right. I'm gonna get back to a couple things in the league in a minute with some notes at the end. I want to get Joe on. He's in the press box right now at Soldier Field, and before they do the national anthem and all that mess. Joe, what's going on, bro? All right, glad you were able to make the game, man. I'm a little salty that I couldn't make it, but I haven't. This would have been my first primetime game, but otherwise, I'm kind of glad to just be able to chill and watch the Bears on TV with this game. But I don't know. Before we, I'm just do a quick little run with you, man. Before they have the Star Spangled Banner and all that mess. But I guess how's it looking right now? How's the energy right there at the stadium right now? Like this is a weird one because the Bears are brought in. We were talking about a bunch of no-name players in the NBA filling up rosters right now because of COVID. The Bears brought on like 9 guys, 7 of whom you may not have ever heard of prior to today, to help fill out the roster for tonight. The whole starting backfield is being replaced tonight because of COVID. Like, what's the energy right now at the stadium with this game tonight?
Well, right now it's just a lot of people in the stands from what I can see in the press box. There's a lot of empty seats. For me personally, I'm kind of looking forward to seeing a couple of these guys play. Thomas Graham Jr. is one of them, quarterback out of Oregon, who played pretty well while he was an Oregon Duck. So I'm interested to see what he can do. He can't be much worse than what they've already put on the field. And then there's also Robert Quinn, who is only 4 sacks away breaking the record. So those are the things I'm kind of looking forward to seeing, see if that can happen.
Yeah, and definitely some good news if Quinn is involved in him and Jakeem Grant both being named to the Pro Bowl. I'm a little salty though about Roquan not making it, man. But the Bears getting 2 Pro Bowls, kind of surprising.
Yeah, I was kind of surprised by Roquan not making it as well. So, he might play inspired football tonight and, one of those Roquan script games where he's all over the field. So that's what I'm looking forward to seeing as well.
Definitely. Maybe, he might take a few heads out. He's been playing pretty aggressively anyway, so he might really get dig into some people tonight.
Right.
Yeah. What do you, Joe? What do you think about what do you expect to playing wise from the Bears, or strategically? Any adjustments you think that may be made given with the coaches, the coaching changes as they were? No Laser at an offensive coordinator, Chris Tabor on special teams will be available. We learned that the side will be available today. But do you think that's going to have an effect on the way the Bears play the game tonight?
Well, you know what? I am kind of expecting a fast tempo game. A lot of throwing the ball, especially for Laser out. Matt Nagy gets to dabble a little bit more in the play calling it, a little bit more. So we'll probably see a lot more key stuff in, like in the past. But this Minnesota defense, while they're solid up front, they do tend to give them a lot of points too. So it could be interesting game. It could end up being a shootout.
Yeah. Probably something like that game they played the other week with Pittsburgh. Huh? Yeah. Man, I don't know anything else that you're gonna be looking out for tonight that is trending wise, any players, anything?
Well, like I said before, I'm interested to see what Thomas Graham Jr. can offer at corner. Can't be much worse than what they put out there already. He's a player that has some pedigree coming out of the Pac-10. Robert Quinn and the sack record, that's a play tonight. And we'll see how Roquan plays after being snubbed for the Pro Bowl yet again. So those are the 3 things I'm looking at. And also, as always, the development of Justin Fields.
Right. I was gonna say anything specific with Justin. You think, like I say, you think they might let it fly with him a little more tonight?
I think this is the case we're going to have to. I mean, with your whole secondary decimated by COVID protocols and things like that, you're going to have to put some points up on the board.
Definitely. It'd be nice if they could score 30 again tonight, because they probably need to.
Yeah, it's probably going to take that offensive.
Yeah. You got any idea what they're gonna have what they got for food wise up there? Is it a little better in prime time than what we normally get?
Right now I got it. All I have is the Deja Blue. It's the Bears water. Right now I haven't seen it. I haven't seen the spread yet.
Okay, I'll talk to you later about that.
No doubt.
Man, Joe, appreciate you, man. I'm glad you were able to make the game, man. And we'll talk a little later about everything that happened tonight, man. But like I said, appreciate the work you've been doing, man. I'm glad you're able to enjoy the evening out there firsthand.
No doubt. And I'll be on Twitter with the live tweets tonight as well.
Yeah. Follow Joe. Let everybody know the tag, so they can follow you tonight. Joe?
National anthem.
We mentioned that. Well, I'll hang up. I'll give him the tag for you, man. But enjoy the game, bro. Yeah, we read it to the national anthem there, but yeah, at Badman Tanksley _Badman _Tanksley. You can follow Joe and follow him throughout the game and update and stuff. And I'll be on there talking mess too. I'll be retweeting him and everything. So if you follow me, you'll get some of his stuff too. But follow Joe, and then be up on everything that he do. So, and like I said, I'm gonna get us off. I'm not highly anticipating anything, but this is Monday night, so I'm glad. There's some anticipation there. Plus, I'm ready to eat too. So, but yeah, I want to run over a couple things. Sort of going back on the basketball side. I threw out that. I gave you had already saw it, but that a tweet early in the day about LeBron spending as many days as an NBA player as he did the first year of his whole life, the first half of his whole life. But let me get that tweet up. But it's a crazy bit of stat. I don't know if you call it a stat, but this crazy little bit of knowledge.
Yeah.
That LeBron. Another thing too about LeBron, they mentioned it in the game yesterday that he has a slight advantage with scoring average over Jordan at the United Center, which I'm sure he loves. But
yeah,
I don't know what it is after yesterday's game, but I think he had like 29 and Jordan had like a 28.
I also heard that the Bulls have beaten LeBron James led teams more than any other team in the NBA. Like, he still has a winning record against the Bulls. I think it's like 33-27 or something like that. I don't think that includes the playoffs. We don't have to rehash that. We don't have to rehash those nightmares. But
outside of the playoffs, the Bulls gave him some run.
Yeah,
like, especially those D Rose, Jimmy Butler, Noah teams. Like they really like to play against him. So he was, they had some, even when they was the big three was all in their full power and everything. The Bulls was like one of the few teams that would give them run every year.
Yeah,
those games in the playoffs he would shut it down.
Yeah, man. Yeah. Regular season and playoffs, those matchups definitely had a lot of sauce on them. Kind of reminiscent of. It kind of gave me the same vibes of intensity as those old Bulls Knicks matchups that we catch on Easter or Christmas or playoffs.
Right. Those would be the games that you would mark to see as the progression of the season by every year. And it's wild. The numbers, by the way, is Whistle Sports made this tweet. I guess actually they actually amplified it, and it was a first tweet about Brady Klopfer. NBA. And but LeBron James has spent half of his life in the NBA. He actually been 17 when he was 18, I guess. But he's like 36 now. And he 6,752 days from his birth to the day he was drafted. And 6,752 days in the NBA. I wonder who has the record for days spent in the NBA. I don't know. Would that be Kareem or something?
That's what I was gonna say. Like, as crazy as that, I guess, stat sounds or looks when you see it or hear it. Like, I wonder if somebody did that with Kareem, what that would look like. But Kareem, did he go? Was he in school all 4 years?
Oh boy. Yeah, I don't think they did early.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't think they did that back then. So I would think so.
Okay.
Because back then they didn't even let freshmen play on varsity. I don't think so. He likely did play 3 years on varsity UCLA and then went to the league.
I got you.
Yeah. So, but he definitely, he had to spend like maybe close to 10,000 days as an NBA player. Like,
right. And then the other interesting thing, the guy that tweeted that, I don't know if he was playing. I don't think he was playing, but he actually sent another tweet that said that he made that tweet 3 years ago and just waited. You know what I'm saying? Waited till the time for himself to tweet it. I was like, wow, that's who thinks to do that, man? That's crazy.
See, that's the thing, though. You get a hold of this little bit of information. See, that's why you got to stay on the braid afro thing with ball, and then just keep extrapolating and see where it goes. You know?
Oh, I am. I am. Matter of fact, when we get off here, I got to update his games with the Fro from last night. So,
right, you already got mentioned by Adam Amin, man. You never know where this will take you, man.
That's true. That's true, man. That's true.
But another thing you got to take credit for is sort of getting. It's not entirely there yet because he hasn't played. Because of course, he got into the COVID protocol as soon as they announced they were going to try to play him. But Kyrie, they mentioned late last week that they were gonna bring him on for roster reasons and bring him on as a part-time guy, and which I thought was kind of unfortunate myself because it sort of shows that you could approach things a certain way and still get your way when you shouldn't really get your way in that situation. But in the end, I don't know. I mean, there was some discussion to this degree about what does it mean exactly to be on protocol, and some people's like, well, it don't necessarily mean he's got COVID, and I don't. But to me, it's just funny that there's still this hold up for him because I think he thought that he was getting around the system, and there's still maybe a hold up where he doesn't even see the court, and when again, all you needed to do was just get the shot, and if you got the shot, you still would, you'd be in a position. He could have been in a position where he could have been playing, and if he got, if he got in the protocol, he just would have been another guy who got in the protocol amongst the dozens of others who got it in the league. It wouldn't have been no stigma to it. It just would have been, we would have had it and been able to deal with it.
Yeah, and it's still, I mean, okay, he comes back. He's only available for road games. If they happen to play the Knicks in the playoffs, he can't play in those games.
Right.
So he would entirely miss that whole series. I want to say San Francisco lifted or changed their mandate. I can't be too sure, but let's say the Nets meet Golden State in the finals, and he can't play in those road games. I got to double check that, but
it's not like every other city is going to be cool with him being just running through all unvaccinated. Like, a lot of these cities is going to change their protocols and stuff too, especially given what we've been seeing in the general public for the past few weeks now with the Omicron variant. Mm-hmm. So he may get to a point where he can't play anyway.
Yeah, and I wonder too. Last NBA season, before the vaccinations were released, players were very restricted in what they could do, outside of hotel rooms, outside of their own home. So I wonder what type of restrictions might be placed on Kyrie, and once he is made aware of those, if he hasn't already, how that might affect his desire to want to just be a part-time player. I guess I'm sure they probably already told him, but as you said earlier, the NBA is it's a very fluid situation. They're kind of doing things on the fly, and I just wonder, they tell him because he's not vaccinated that he can't do certain things that maybe he's already been doing, how that might change his outlook on, first of all, being a part-time player, and second of all, maybe taking a shot. maybe getting vaccinated. I think it's a long shot in that regard, but just something I'm thinking out loud about and wanting to keep my eye on as it moves forward.
Yeah. And that's pretty much where we gonna leave it. We're gonna keep our eyes and ears on things and my ears open on things, and hope for the best. And I'm gonna keep my mask on, or like did you see the video with that dude? The dude who talking about I don't like I don't. He was supposed to be cured from gayness and stuff. He's like I don't like like a couple years ago he did. He's like I forget the quote, but he was like I don't like men's no more.
That does sound familiar.
Yeah. Well, he put a video out. I don't know if he put it out this week, but it came out. I saw it over the weekend on Twitter. He was talking about where your mask at. He got that real Southern fried accent. He's like, where your mask? It sounded like he said MASS. It's hilarious, man. But let me see if I can get that up before, because that's gonna be my final retort for all of y'all. Before, because like I said, this is the last show. Yeah, this is gonna be the last show before 2022, and I want all y'all to have a happy New Year, have a happy holiday, and everything. Protect yourself, protect those around you, and just make the right decisions. And let's get as many of us through to the next year as possible. And just hopefully everything with sports will be okay for the most part, and we can see how the rest of the NFL season plays out in the NBA. And that's like I said, peace on earth and goodwill to all men. That's all I'm hoping for at this point, because we need more of all that. But
for sure.
Yeah, definitely. But I don't know. Anything else you want to offer the audience? Like I said, as far as greetings and for the going into the next year, Drew.
Man, just stay safe, man. Keep yourself safe. Keep your family, your loved ones safe. If you haven't been vaccinated, please take a second to reconsider that.
Get
and
vaccinated, get boosted, man. And do all that, man. Do what you can to protect yourself.
Yeah, I understand the vaccination doesn't mean that you're 100%, protected, but it just offers you so much more than trying to go it alone without science.
Mm-hmm.
So this thing isn't getting any better. I know this new variant, they said it's not as deadly, but you don't want to mess around, man. You don't want to mess around. We're not out of the woods yet. I've heard like little rumblings that we might get sent back in the house. Hopefully that's not the case, but just stay safe, y'all. Stay protected.
And listen to this dude.
Please wear your mask.
Wear
Your mask. It is very important for you to put on that mask. This is not no joke, and this is not no rundown. Wear your mask. If you vaccinated or not, throw on that mask and stop lying, telling people you vaccinated and you know dang on well you ain't vaccinated. You up here trying to get people sick. Stop lying, Saints.
Important.
Okay. Don't wear it. Wear
it. Oh man,
Drew, man, I appreciate you, bro, man. We've had a lot of fun, man. Let's have some more, man, in the next
year. Absolutely, man.
Yeah, I'll say to all y'all, man, enjoy your time with your family. Enjoy the rest of the year as it's provided for you. Hope you get some good gifts and everything, or give some good gifts. And like I said, we'll be back at it. Keep up with us on WARR Media. We do some things here and there over the next couple of weeks. I'm trying to do another running with WARR before the end of the year, and probably another one at the top of January as well. But this show won't be back until my 38th birthday on January 10th.
Woo!
So that's where I will be. I'm trying to see if I'll do anything special. I don't know, but yeah, that's next time you'll see Monday Night Means, when I'm one more year into the dirt.
Man, that just reminded me. I'm gonna be you said January 10th?
Yeah.
That just reminded me I'm gonna be 39 a month from your birthday. Lord have mercy.
Yeah, man. I don't even want to get into all that right now. But until then, I'm still 37, and I don't know what that means, but I'll just take it day by day, man. That's all we can do.
Absolutely. I'm definitely gonna keep wearing my mask. So
I'm gonna wear my mask every day until I don't need it no more.
Very important.
All right, man. We out, man. Hopefully these Bears and these Bulls keep the night going pretty well. But like I said, we'll talk to y'all on the other side of 2022. And yeah, keep it good, man. Keep it funky. And wish y'all the best. All right. Talk to y'all later.